You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Well, happy Wednesday. Good morning if it's the early morning for you. Come on in. I got a raspy voice for you today. I made it up special for you. So my wife is out of town. I thought I wouldn't be talking so much this week. And, well, I guess that's not the case. So, yeah, this black mouth is on me.
I need a boost. I need a daily boost. I need a boost. I need a daily boost.
It is the Daily Boost. Or hang on, let's do the Ryan Seacrest version. This is the Daily Boost. This is American. You know what? SB Scott, good to have you. Thanks for stopping by. By the way, just so you know, if you're just stopping by for the very first time, or maybe you've been with me for 5,300 plus episodes in our 20th season, this today and how I'm feeling this week is frisky. Now, I don't have the document on my website anymore that would explain my slanguage. When I say frisky, what that actually means, it's not completely what you may think it is, but it's probably got some of those components in it. Just understand it's frisky. Some of you thinking right now, wait a second, Scott, you waited for the week your wife went out of town to get frisky? Yeah, we might. I want to think about that. Anyway, good to have you here today. Talking about focus, because focus is the thing that we need to focus on. So we'll chat about that here in just a minute. Interestingly, Monday I was a little bit late on my podcast, and I have to tell you this. It's so sweet. I had met a gentleman, becoming friends, in a discussion group that I go to occasionally. We have some good talks, and we just got to know each other. And he said, what do you do? And I told him where the podcast was. He went and listened to the Daily Boost. And then I was a little bit late on Monday, and he saw me last night. He goes, man, I was kind of worried about you. I was going to text you, but I don't know you that well. Can I text? I have your number. I don't know if I should text you and say, you okay? That's what listen, I've been consistent for 20 years now. I'm going to be here. And every now and then but I appreciate your concern. But you know what he said to me? So come here real fast. I want to just jam something in your throat before we start talking about focus. That didn't sound good at all, did it? I know, it just happens. So here's the thing about this. I'm talking about AI right now. I'm talking like I'm AI. Here's the thing. Here's what most people don't know. Lock it in. Anyway, so here's the thing. What he said to me was this. I am not the guy that needs motivation. I'm self-motivated business owner. I don't need a boost. But I started listening to you. You started having this conversational motivation. I started listening to you, and now I need you, and this is so cool. I feel like you're with me all day long. That's why I do this, by the way. And can I admit something to you? Can I give you something right now? If you're showing up today looking for a guru, you found the wrong podcast. I'm a hot mess. I've been a hot mess since the day I was born, and I'm so freaking proud of it. I'm a hot mess. And I really had a dream one day that I would get out from being a hot mess. And I do for like 10 seconds at a time, or maybe a week or maybe a year, right? Got these ideas, go for it, build my dreams, do the things I want to do. You do the same thing, don't you? You just go after it, and then it all falls apart, and you go, well, okay, what am I going to do now? I like being a hot mess because it's creative and it's fun. And from that point, we're not stuck. So God bless you. And if you're a hot mess kind of person, you're my people. Come on in here. We figured out as we go. We got big dreams. We got cool things we want to be doing. We're willing to take the chance. We look at stodgy people all over the place and go, what's wrong with you? By the way, having said that, I'm also a very consistent person. I lock in what works. I focus on the things that work. I make them simple. I get them automated. I get them to the point that I don't have to worry about it. It just keeps working and working and working. Some people call that index funds, things like that, right? Hot mess, consistency underneath. Unlike a duck, a duck looks great on top, and yet they're going crazy in the bottom with their feet paddling. I'm kind of the opposite of that. How about you? Are you that way too? Something to think about, right? If you're a hot mess, it's okay. You got a superpower, guys. Most people can't be a hot mess and still live a good life. Most people, if you're not a hot mess, you can't create things that are really, really amazing. You need to be out of the box sometimes. So welcome to Out of the Box. I'm sure there's a podcast already called that. I'm not going to change the name. So let's talk about focus today, okay? I told you, this is just going to be me today. We're going to ramble. Can I have a little cup of coffee? Hang on. That's a good cup of coffee. I made it myself. I did. So what about focus? Well, I think if we take the word focus, we have to kind of dissect it just a little bit. Because people tell me all the time, Scott, I am focused. I can just feel it, but I'm not getting stuff done. And I kind of smile. I've done this a long time. This is 15, 20,000 hours of coaching in my lifetime at this point. It's crazy. And I hear that and I think, yeah, you're just focused on the wrong thing. You think you're focused on the right thing. It's like my wife. My wife runs around here all week long, focused on like, well, I got to do my floors. It's Wednesday. It's 2:30. I planned on 2:00. You're focused on the wrong thing, baby. Life is so much more complex than just the stuff you think you got to get done. What's important is buried deep down inside. We talked a little bit about that on Vision on Monday. That's the important stuff. And most people I meet are not focused on the important things of life. And you know why?
Heat up your 4th of July at the Home Depot with our wide variety of grills under $300 and make every gathering one to remember. Give your outdoor space a glow up, whatever your budget is, with savings on seasonal plants starting at $5. With the grill fired up and your backyard set to perfection, you'll be able to invite friends and family over to kick off the party. Start celebrating with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Prices may vary by store. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Well, okay, let me just ramble here a second. First off, I think it's really scary. It takes a decision to go do that. For you to decide not to do something else to focus on what you deem as important is kind of scary. Sometimes people are going to push back on you when you do that. What are you doing? You need to be focused on this, and you feel uncomfortable doing that, right? And have you ever also noticed that sometimes when you start to focus on something and you really dive into what you want, it might be hard at first, but then it gets kind of boring. Kind of the same thing, and you're just pushing through it. It doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't feel like a hot mess like Scott likes, right? It feels like focused. I'm getting stuff done. I'm making progress, but you're bored because your focus has now given you in the entire day to focus on what's important. Have you noticed that? I'm telling you, I watch that kind of thing. I get bored all the time. I can focus on one thing, and before you know it, I'm trying to do 10 more things. You need to focus on what's important, and you need to simply ignore the rest. Really hard to do. I get it. That's life. I mean, sometimes, Scott, I can't focus on my thing all the time. I know you wouldn't be a good human, would you, if that happened? So focused, he's a bad person, ignores everything else. You can't do that. Life is confusing like that. But generally speaking, there is something that's really important to you that you're just going to keep leaning into. And as the wind blows, and if you get off track, you're going to get back on track because you know where you're heading. You got that focus in the right spot. And every now and then it's going to shift. As Stephen Covey said, stay in the important quadrant, not the urgent quadrant. Most of you are living over an urgent. Focus on stuff that doesn't really matter. Are you the kind of person who's always kind of running around putting out fires? My question is, did you set them? Are you the fireman or the arsonist? Which one are you? I met a lot of arsonists in my life who think they're firemen. I'm going to take away your matches. I'm going to take away your lighter fluid. I'm doing it out of kindness and pure love, I promise you. So if your life is nonstop drama, if you got a little bit of stress in your life, and listen, we all have some drama. We all have some, heck, sometimes we do drama just because it's the weekend, right? And stress is going to happen. And stress is not inherently bad for you. Bad stress is bad for you. Acute stress is usually okay with you. Chronic stress is really bad. Craziness can be fun. Sometimes life is crazy. Sometimes you're crazy because you went to a comedy show. And it was like, man, I laughed my butt off. There's a good chance in every possible part of life. Hang on here. This is the part people can be mad at me. Say it, Scott. Just say it proudly. You're the cause. You are. You're the cause of all this stuff. Whatever's good, whatever's bad, whatever you're focused on, whatever you're not focused on, every single thing in your life, it's you. I blame it on you, and you should too. Look in the mirror and say, I am the dummy who's doing this to myself. It's true. But there's a really good chance you don't see it that way as well. Now, I've gotten actually pretty good at seeing it. Now, I don't see it maybe all the time immediately. I'm a busy beaver. I get out and do all kinds of things, right? I make messes before I know I made the mess. But it's all for good, and usually it works out okay. But sometimes I trip and stumble all over the place, and I don't see it that way. Some people see it before I do. I have a lot of really good clients who call me on my stuff. You okay, Scott? What are you doing? Finding my way. There's a good chance you don't see it that way, and there's also a really good chance you're going to fight if somebody says, hey, what are you doing? If you're living with your hair on fire, it's going to keep you busy. You will spend years wondering why you can't get what you want. We're not talking hustle and grind culture. No, sometimes your hair has to be on fire. You have to be so excited, you literally will put the lighter fluid on your head and strike the match yourself. Sometimes you have to do that. But if you do that year after year after year without constant focus, at least focus in the sense that it's just there all the time. This is part of you. You're leaning in a certain direction. Maybe it's the kind of person you want to be. And you're failing miserably every single day. You're getting out of bed knowing the values and the beliefs you have and said, this is how I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. This is the impact I want to have. And yet you fail every single day and you keep beating yourself up because of it. It's okay. Usually the challenge is you just haven't looked in the mirror and said, well, it's up to me. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's bigger than that. I guess I should relax into it, stop lighting my hair on fire, and start focusing on what's important to me. And when I say what's important to me and you, it could be just you yourself. It could be you on a much larger universal or godly level. It's completely up to you. I'm not going to judge that. I'm not going to tell you what to do. When you stop doing anything that results in more craziness, you're going to find yourself pretty quiet. And that's when good stuff starts to happen. And by the way, have you noticed that sometimes when you stop doing the craziness and you start doing some things like maybe you do like I do, you go to a group, just hanging out with people, having some conversations. And while you're in the group, suddenly, wait a second, would you please cook dinner faster, honey? Because I've got to get to my group. Wait a second, I'm going to be late. Oh no, did I forget to bring some food for a snack? And then you get in conversation. It can get a little bit challenging when you're having open conversations. Why am I doing this? This is crazy. My life just got more crazy, even though I decided I didn't want it to be crazy. Life is just bonkers sometimes. But sometimes you sit in that good craziness. Sometimes you sit in that place that, you know what? I know it looks kind of crazy. Maybe it drives me a little bit crazy. But I'm right where I want to be, and I'm having the impact I want to be doing. I'm speaking the words I want to speak, and I'm living life my way. That's kind of how we have to work on things, right? It's not exclusion of anybody else. It's you looking at what's important to you and focusing on what's important. At the end of your life, and your life will have an end at some point, you will wonder why you didn't focus on what was important to you sooner. That is a promise. You are in charge of every single action you choose to take or not take. 100% in charge. There is nobody around you who has any authority or power over you. Not on this earth plane. Oh, did I say earth plane? That's like 20-year-old language for me. I don't say that stuff. Pardon me for the limited woo-woo interruption. 100% in charge for every action you take or not take. I suggest you choose the good ones. You know why? Makes life more fun. You should have fun. You should always have fun. And if you can't have fun, you should always be joyful. Why not? Focus on what is important to you Lean into it. Expect the craziness is going to be there, but just understand why you're here, what you're trying to do. Be smart about it. Look in the mirror. Be honest about it. Lean in. When you start to do that, everything changes just like that.